Oh, hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. My name's Joe Remblance. I hope you have had the most fabulous weekend. I hope you are set and ready to go for week 2 of our festive event. Yes, we have got more world launches coming for you. Yes, of course, we have got a free gift each and every day. And today's, oh, it's a fabulous one. You know how you guys love a good Schmetterling. Well, we're going to give you today's free gift is the Fluttering By die here, as you can see. It's really lovely. Very, very popular is when we bring it into you individually. $7.99 or $11.95 is what it should be costing you. All you need to do is make sure you've got £30 worth worth of $30 worth of product in your basket after your discount has come off, and then this will appear, which is fantastic. Right, we've got something exciting for you today, because I know it was launched over the weekend here in the UK and it was so busy. The first time you've seen it here on Crafters TV, and who better to take you through it than the lovely Leanne. Did you have a nice weekend, Leanne?
Do you know, I've had a glorious weekend, thank you, Joe. I've done a lot of eating, I've done a lot of cake baking, had a little gin or two, and I read a nice novel as well. I read a book, half a book. It's a bit of a crime, a suspense one. And then I couldn't do any crochet, Joe, because I left all my crochet hooks here on Friday.
Oh, what are you like?
Honestly, and I felt like I'd had my arm chopped off or something. It's forced me to do other things this weekend, which has been nice actually. Oh, and I did a little bit of sewing. Started making some baby clothes.
Won't be long now, not long now.
Not long.
Right, what we've got coming up today, because I know the value in this is exceptional, isn't it, Leanne?
Now, when you see how fabulous these brand new creator cards are and the concept that we've managed to bring to you, and honestly, my design team, I challenge them constantly, and when they manage to make my vision come to life, oh my word, I'm absolutely thrilled. And this is one of those times, Joe, because we've been doing creator cards for many years. A long time when I first launched the first creator card, when I had a vision of putting a die through a machine and having a card spit out the end. And we keep making, additions and innovations and changing things. This set is the first time, the very first time, you will have had interchangeable sentiments in a creator card. The fact that you can choose the sentiment you want with the beautiful decoration around it, and that we give you 3 of those in that set, is truly phenomenal. If that sounds a little bit confusing, stay with us, because I am going to show you in finite data. This is a masterclass at the end of the day. We're going to look at how you will use those and all of the different applications. And this is just some of the examples, the beautiful examples that we've got. Oh, dropping them, honestly. Some beautiful examples we've got from our design team. So you can see here, beautiful creator card, fantastic sentiments inside. That's Deck the Halls. And then this one, look, I just want to show you, same pattern, same holly pattern, different sentiments inside. Deck the Halls, 'tis the season. You get all of those sentiments. You can do whatever you choose. We all need a little bit of this at the moment. That's what I've been ranting about all weekend. We need a little bit of peace on earth. But you can see that we've got fabulous shaker cards here. Beautiful glittering snowflakes. We've got Stars of Wonder with a stepper cards. We've got these fabulous Believe in the Magic. And of course, we've got an amazing diorama here. That's just a soupçon, Joe. Just a soupçon.
An amuse-bouche.
An amuse-bouche of what you're going to be able to achieve with these dies. They really are exceptional.
They really are, and I think what so many people have loved about them so much, pretty sure it'll be the first time a lot of you are seeing these today as well. The great thing about them is that what they allowed you to do is they allow you to create a theme of cards. So you can give someone a card that's very similar to what you might have given, a few people in your friendship group, but it's got the same feel, it could have the same colour wave, but then what it could have is that interchangeable sentiment. So it's almost so things coordinate but don't match. They are all available individually, which is fantastic. So you can get them like that. They are on a 2 for 42, 50 or 55. The best way to get the best value is to go for the whole bundle, which I'll tell you about in a moment. So this one here, you've got the interchangeable holly frame, and this one's got Deck the Halls. You also have this sentiment here as well, which is a jolly holiday, and you've got 'tis the season there as well. So that is your holly. I believe the holly and the snowflake are the 2 most popular at the moment. So the next one here is your snowflake. I do love this. I'm seeing white, blue and silver glitter card behind there. It's just going to look gorgeous. You've got Let It Snow, Winter Wishes, and Believe in the Magic. Now you think about this, our creator cards, £24.99. They are a great value at £24.99. What you're getting here is you'd be having to buy 3 creator cards to get the 3 different effects. So really, £74.99 is what you're getting. Then don't forget as well, you get the outside edge. So you can cut it in or you can cut it out. So it can be an aperture in your card, or it can be a panel that you adhere to the front of your card. It's completely up to you. You've got the brilliant tree here, which has got Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and Season's Greetings there as well. And then finally, the star. I love this one. A Star of Wonder, Joy to the World, Peace on Earth. as well. $24.99 or $32.99 individually. However, if you want to go for all of them, the value gets even better. The best way to get the best value is to go for this one just here, $79.97, $105.57. You'd get free shipping and handling on that in the US, free postage and packaging, of course, in the UK. You can use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well if you want to. I know it is going to be a very, very busy show. Now, I know what you need to go with those. You're going to need some gorgeous embellishments, and thankfully we have got you covers. We've got a couple of different ribbons here for you. So you've got this one here from the Vintage Lace collection, which is those lovely blues and violets. But then we've got for you the Crafty Fun, which works so well with Christmas because of the oranges and yellows that you've got in there. And then we all need a bit of glitter, but at Christmas we definitely need a bit of glitter, don't we? $14.50 or $19 to get all three of those, which is a fantastic deal. Now, something that's really, really busy over on the website, and it is on a multi-buy with a load of other cardstock, but this one particularly is absolutely flying out the door. It is our luxury cardstock, and it is our precious metals. You see all the different colorways you've got. I'll open this up for you in a minute and take you through. What you've got is 10 sheets in here of your glitter card. You've got 10 sheets of adhesive glitter card in this one. Then it's 10 matte mirror and 10 mirror as well. Really, really fantastic. That one. It would be normally $12.99 at its home, but you can get 4 of them £30, along with other stuff like all of our luxury cards in our different colourways. There's white stamping card in there as well. Loads of you commenting along. I'd love to know what your favourite is. I'd love to know if you've gone for these interchangeable creator cards as well. But loads of our regulars tuning in. I can see Lynn and Barbie, who's up at 3 a.m. Jan's in Florida saying hi. Everyone is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning, Leanne, and ready for some crafting, which is handy. You've come to the right place.
You have indeed. I know, and I got all of my sparkles on today because it's Christmas here at Crafters TV. Not feeling very supermodel-y today, though. I was feeling supermodel-y on Friday, not today. Desperately need my hair done. However, this is how fabulous our creator cards are. What I've done to get started here is just cut myself a card base, and the card base I've cut is 5.5 inches deep by 11 inches wide, and that will give me a 5.5 inch square card. So when I line up my piece of card on here, I find my 5.5 inch score line, score down, and I've got a 5.5 inch square card ready to go. And if you haven't got your Score Master, you need it with a creator card suite, because you're going to see all of the different concepts that I do today. I constantly use my Score Master board. Makes it so easy, and you've got metric on one side, imperial on the other. So wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to use it. So I've got my square card all ready to go. And then what I'm going to do is get my die. Now I'm going to use the snowflake die to start with, because I know how much you all adore it. So what we've got in the set, let me just talk you through what we get first. And for every set that Joe's just shown you, for every design, you get all of these dies the same. So we get our decorative creator card, which is what you would expect from a creator card, that beautiful intricacy all around that you can cut into the front. But you also get this additional square panel, which means you can cut your detail in, of course, for your concept, or if you just want a decorative panel, you can use the two together and you can cut that decorative panel out. So we give you that square die, so you get beautiful squareness, not donkey's back legs when you try and cut it yourself. And then you get your 3 sentiments also, which come in the pack. So that's not a choice of. All 3 come in each set. And here we've got, I think we've got Winter Wishes, Let It Snow, and Believe in the Magic. I think it is that I've got there. Oh, I've got them cut out over here, so I can even tell you. Yes, it is. That's exactly what I've got. So the first one, we're going to use Let It Snow. So I'm going to use Let It Snow to cut my creator card in. So first things first, let's bring in my Gemini plate. Now, what I just want to mention to you all, I'm just going to grab a junior plate while I'm talking to you about this. And actually, this is just a... there, I found one. Marvellous. So these dies, if you have got Gemini Junior, will work on the junior. They'll fit in there lovely. So if you're cutting your panels out and you want to use them, you've got a junior, you can do that. If you're wanting to do one of your concept cards, so to work on bigger pieces, that's when you would want your Gemini. If you're not worried about that and you've got a junior at home, you just want beautiful decorative panels, then your junior will work. I wanted to explain that for you all as well. So I've got my Gemini plate down there, and then I'm going to cut into that. So I reverse my die, I switch it over, so I'm cutting down into the plate. And I'm just by-eyeing this, Joe, right now. By-eye. I'm just, you know, making sure that I've got it kind of where I want it to be. I've got about 1/4 inch border all the way around because I'm doing a 5.5 inch card and my dies are 5 inches square. I've then got my Let It Snow sentiment. So that's going to get turned around as well. And that's going in the centre. Then what I like to do is just take a little bit of repositionable tape and I just keep that central die still in the middle of the metal so that I can cut this in one pass. So I go across from the Create-a-Card onto the sentiment to keep that still. I do that because I don't want these dies to cross over each other and damage. I want them to keep still. Now, if you don't feel confident doing that, what you can do is cut your Create-a-Card through your machine once and then go back and cut in your sentiment afterwards. However, I just use a bit of repositionable tape. We sell the repositionable tape. It's really good value for money. Why would you not do that? However, do that based on your own confidence level at home. If you don't feel confident, do it in 2 passes, but I always use my tape and just pass it through in one go. So once that's passed through, we can remove it immediately. Now, we don't need to do any embossing with these Create-a-Cards because all of the detail is cut detail. Occasionally I will emboss anyway because I like the rounded feel it gives to my cut edges, but for the purposes of what I'm showing you today, I'm not going to put it through the emboss step because I don't have any embossed detail to show you. All of my detail is cut detail. So you see, by using my tape, that central sentiment panel there did not budge, which now means I can pick this up from my card, look at all of that beautiful detail that's there, pick up my sentiment, and in a matter of seconds, I have got the most beautiful die cut delicate card. And what you'll do is just go through and poke out all the pieces. Top tip from me, keep these, all of these little pieces that come out. There's some left here in your die. So these ones here, keep them all because you're getting bonus snowflake embellishments from those little waste pieces, and I keep those. It's brilliant to keep those and use them.
Already over the weekend, people were waiting in the US for them to launch on the website on Friday. I know Christine from upstate New York, one of our dedicated super fans, was right there. Lots of you got these in your basket immediately this morning as well. I love it that our Crafters Companion super fans, what they do, Leanne, is they put it in their basket just before the show and then watch the show to make sure they definitely want it, then they check out. But definitely put it in their basket first and then start watching the show, which is always a good way to go.
That's strategic, Joe.
Very, very strategic. We've even got people tuning. Malia's saying hi. Malia's in Hawaii. So God knows what the time is now in Hawaii. I'd imagine it's probably like 1 a.m, I don't know, something like that. But that's beautiful. And I'd imagine, Leanne, with these, if you give them, depending on what you cut them out of or put them in front of as you're showing there, would give you a very different look and feel, wouldn't it?
Very different look and feel, it does. And I'm going to show you lots of different ways of using them during the course of this masterclass. That is the most basic way. So I have cut out a beautiful tent-fold card. You can see all of that gorgeous detail in there. And I've got my sentiment Let It Snow. But I've done two more just before we came on air, just so I could show you the difference here with using the outside panel die as well. So this is where I've used the square to cut out the panel, but that I've got my Believe in the Magic sentiment in there. You can see how beautiful that looks. Same outside snowflake panel, but different sentiment joined in the middle. How magic is that? That's not having to stick that in. That's cutting it out and it's joined in there. It's not going to fall out. And then using that fabulous luxury cardstock that we've got on the show there, Joe, the precious metals, I use this fabulous orangey bronze colour even, and I've got my Winter Wishes sentiment cut in there. So you can see on plain white card, glorious, glitter card, glorious, and Centura Pearl on a lovely pearlescent. And it just depends on the look and feel you want to get. And all of those sentiments come in that one set, and that's how easy it is to use. Really, maximum impact, minimum effort with these dies, and a really unique interchangeable sentiment concept, which I love.
And not just you, Leanne, that loves them. Everyone is loving. Sonia's saying, these must be new, y'all. I've not seen these. Absolutely. In the US, I believe it is your first chance to get your hands on these. And of course, we are celebrating Christmas. And as part of our festive event, everyone will get a free gift when they spend over £30 or $30. Don't forget about that. Many of you already got that already this morning, which is fantastic. So definitely grab those. A lot of you already said that you are going for these already. Stacey's saying, Stacey's in District of Columbia, I think. She says, my alarm is set daily now for 2:55 a.m. and 7:55 a.m. So she must get up, watch the show, and then go back to sleep, and then watch the next show a little bit later. The other great thing about these as well, I was looking, Leanne, when you were showing us that, and seeing maybe a tag on in there. If you wanted to fussy cut around the central part of that, might be another way to use it. Lovely to have a matching card and tag sometimes, isn't it?
It is. And using your little sentiment to do that, you could absolutely, if you want to. But you know, lots of us have got star nesting dies. Nothing wrong with using the star nesting die that you've got and then cutting your little sentiment in the centre if that's what you want to do. Or I would actually just be using my round nesting dies, cutting a round circle and then cutting my star in the centre, punching a little hole and making a whole range of custom tags.
Gosh, do you know what? It hadn't even occurred to me that you could use the sentiment dies on their own.
Oh, yes.
Just to create an aperture.
Just to create a little aperture with the sentiment. Well, you know your boards, your little concept boards you've got there. That's exactly what we've done with those little squares.
Of course, yeah. I didn't even think about this.
Do you see?
So yeah, using them on their own here, either with a nesting die or fussy cutting around some of the ones that are a little bit more shaped. But there for that one, for instance, you could easily, couldn't you, cut around that? No
absolutely,
problem
you could just snip in with your scissors. But even if you just punch the hole off to the side so it hangs on a quirky angle with a little bit of ribbon in, going to look gorgeous.
A little bit of glitter card and guillotine point behind there.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm loving the idea. And these ones especially would be gorgeous. Getting very, very busy on the big collection. That is what most of you have popped into your basket. I need to let you know that 25% of the big collection has already sold out and gone. Of the individuals as well, I believe the Snowflake is your favourite. Holly, not that far behind it. So they'll be the first two that go individually. $79.97, $105.57. As I said, everyone gets free shipping and handling and free postage and packaging. You can use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. This is, however, a masterclass. Any questions that you've got about how these dies work as well, definitely get them into me, because I think these are really one of those sets of dies, because it is something that is brand new. You guys, of course, know and love our Create-a-Card dies, but these interchangeable sentiments means that it is a new way of working. So anything you want to know, absolutely get them in. Lots of people over on YouTube talking about maybe using sparklinks with them as well. We've got some sparklinks on the show. Shall I just quickly whiz you through the sparklinks that we have for you? So we've got a few different, I've got 3 different collections for you in here. Mystic Tones. Now the Mystic Tones it has in here let me just show you that, has your peacock blue, your fig and your peony. So that's that one. I don't have a board for that one, but I do for these two. So let me just show you the other two that you're getting in the collection. So this is your traditional. In here you've got Sleigh Bell, Festive Spruce and Glacé Cherry. And then what you've got is you've got white card at the top. Oh, let me get my, do you know what I need? I need my craft scene investigation, don't I? Look, oh, there we go. Now we can see it. So high tech. That's white card. That's embossed there in the middle. And then the bottom one there is excess spritz with water. So that's that one. And then you've also got the other set here, which is this one. And in this one, you're going to get, this is your Cozy Christmas. Love the orange there, which is the log fire. So you've got the candle light here, the log fire in the middle, and then this one here is the mulled wine. £27 to get you all of them. That's a 30% saving. So in essence, what you're doing here is you're pretty much paying for paying for 2, and we're sending you 1 completely free of charge, which is very nice of us, isn't it, Leanne?
We're all about the bargains here, and we're extremely generous here at Crafters Companion, because we know how much you love a bargain and we know how much you like to get a really good deal, because we're all crafters ourselves and we're all hunting for bargains all the time. Now what I've got ready here is a beautiful dark green cardstock. And I'm going to use the Christmas tree. And actually, while we were chatting there, I was just thinking that beautiful green in that sparkling set. Imagine if this was a piece of watercolour card that we had painted in the sparkle ink, let it dry, and then we were cutting it out of the sparkles. Oh, that would look amazing. I need to do that. Watch this space. That'll be coming to a Crafters TV show near you very soon. So I've just put this all together exactly as I did that you've just seen me do with the snowflake, cutting down. I've put my happy holiday tree in the centre and I've taped it still with my repositionable tape, and I'm going to pop this through my Gemini machine because I'm doing the concept card. I'm using the larger machine. If you're just cutting panels, please just use your Junior because the dies are 5 inches square and will work brilliantly on your Junior if that's what you're using them for. And actually for a card like this you could do on your Junior too, because you just hang the piece of card out the end. It's just your bigger box lids you need.
Loads of people getting excited about using these for shaker cards, all the bits, all the waste, if you will. Also, maybe great for box lids as well. A nice sort of size, don't you think, for that kind of thing?
I'm going to actually be showing you how to make a box in this masterclass.
Fabulous.
So we're going to have a look at that.
Malia's checked out. She's sold on the fact that she absolutely, definitely needs them in her life. So she's checked out. Loads of people saying they're excited that they got them over the weekend and they can't wait for them to arrive. I'm sure they will not be long. Definitely in time for you to get all your Christmas crafting done, I would imagine, Leanne. Absolutely.
Now you see how quick and easy all of those pieces just pop out of the die. Really very simple to do, and you've got that amazing detail in there. Put my hand behind so you can see. That's your happy holidays. So I've got that already. I'm just going to move my dies out of the way. And then to pull a really nice quick card together, actually, Joe, what I'm going to do is use my precious metals cardstock that we've got on the show. So this is what we're aiming for. You'll see that in a sec. You'll see the finished thing. And I've got my shiny mirror and gold glitter from that collection. And then I'm just going to use my tape pen to put this together. You could use your wet glues if you like, your all-purpose, but I can't see my all-purpose. It's not to hand, so I'm going to use my tape pen. But of course, if you're using a Crafter's Companion tape pen, you're fine because you've got all of the strength and stick of a wet glue, but in a convenient tape form. So I'm just layering that inside. So you see, I've just come down 1/4 inch all the way. So I've got lots of lovely mats and layers happening there. Then when I close over my Create-a-Card that I've just cut, you can see that fabulous happy holiday design there. What I have got, just to strengthen the inside a little bit, is a piece of acetate. And I do like to use that on these designs where I've got a see-through window and the front, and then quite a heavy behind on the card, because the back of the card then is quite heavy with all of the matting and layering. And so if you're standing it up and if the front isn't quite as heavy, you might get this sliding. So using a piece of acetate just to give that little bit of extra strength to your design is the way to help you fix that. So I've got my piece of acetate in there. Make sure everything's nicely thinged, and then that stands up lovely. See how it's not falling now. And then what I did is I ran my tree through again. So I'm just going to show you my happy holiday die. Here's the one that we've just cut out with happy holidays. And if I just put this underneath, you can see that there. There we go. So there's the happy holidays. I've run this through again, just on a piece of gold mirror card. Doesn't have to be the right size, because all I want to do is snip out the happy holiday sentiment, which is what I've done there. So I've run it through and snipped it out.
As well, it's on a multi-deal at the moment. You can get 3 of them for £10, which is a great chance to get stocked up on a whole host of different crafting essentials. With like Nina card, watercolour card, loads of other bits and bobs as well, Leanne. That's fantastic and brilliant, absolutely brilliant for all of your concept cards with these dies. So I've run through that central tree again, and then I've just snipped out with my little scissors the happy and the holidays, and I've run it through the Xyron. You could use your dotty tape pen if you haven't got a Xyron. And then all I'm doing is picking out the happy and the holidays on the sentiment in that matching gold mirror card from what I've used inside there. That makes the sentiment stand out for me. And then when we look at that, you see we've got a really beautiful, really quick design where we've got that amazing Create-a-Card detail. We've got the fabulous luxury cardstock inside, and then we've just fussy cut happy holidays. But what I've got here is just 3 examples to show you
And this could be with your sparkle inks that you're getting in your sets there. What it looks like, you've got your season's greetings, your Merry Christmas sentiment as well. And then, of course, there is your Happy Holiday sentiment again there as an easel card this time. So very, very simple to do. And you see when you fussy cut them out in those fabulous luxury cards, looks amazing, Joe.
It really does. And what I love about them is they look so professional and they really are, you know, quite easy to do or don't take you a lot of time. I think if you wanted to batch make your cards or you wanted to make all of your Christmas cards this year, this would be such a effective way of doing it because of course, how quickly they can be made. Different options for you to get hold of these. So you've got the interchangeable holly here. As you can see, you've got Jolly Holiday, 'Tis the Season, and also Deck the Halls. They're those interchangeable sentiments. So really, when you think about it, $24.99 is what you pay for one creator card. What you've really got here are 3 creator cards because these would normally be 3 different dies. However, having those interchangeable sentiments means you are getting so much more craftability, so much more for your money. The next one we've got is the interchangeable snowflake here. As you can see, and this one's got Winter Wishes, Believe in the Magic, and also Let It Snow. I think my favourite is the tree. I really, really like the tree. I think it's very, very playful. I love how modern it is as well. Merry Christmas, Season's Greetings, and Happy Holidays there in the tree. And then finally, with the star, you've got a Star of Wonder in there, Peace on Earth, and also Joy to the World. Now, $24.99 each if you want to get them like that, or $32.99. You can get 2 of them for $42.50 or $55. However, when you buy the whole collection, that is, as always, the best way to get the best value and the best savings. You're saving about £20 or $26 when you get them in that configuration, which is fantastic. Now, also very busy on our precious metals cardstock that we have available for you on the website. It is so gorgeous. You're getting 10 sheets of glitter, 10 sheets of adhesive glitter, 10 sheets of the matte mirror, and 10 sheets of the mirror, and it is just beautiful in a whole host of different finishes there, from copper to gold to platinum. It really is gorgeous. Now, if you want to grab these great deals, but you don't want to miss out on any of the demonstrations, remember, it's super simple with us here at Crafters TV to watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there, of course, of how you can watch and shop at the same time. It could not be simpler with us here at Crafters TV. Right, I want to just share with you a couple of the Totally Tiffany items that we've got on the show. We're so pleased to have a Totally Tiffany with us here now at Crafters Companion. Now, let me just show you this one first. This has been so busy whenever we've brought this to you. It is your A4 paper handler that you've got. So this is fantastic, whether it's for storing all of your gorgeous cardstock, whether you want to put your Gemini plates in here, you want to put your stamping platforms in here, you can hold a whole host of different bits in here. But the great thing is, pop the handles down, it's just a regular storage container, a little finger pull on the side. But then when you want to take it out and about, all you need to do is pull up the handles, and then you can grab that and take that off and out and about, which is fantastic. It's been exceptionally busy since we launched it here about 10 days ago. $9.99 or $13.49 if you want to get that one. Now, this next one is fantastic, and so many of you going for this. Great for organising maybe your finished products, projects, or just great for organising individual elements. So what you've got here is you've got the actual file itself, and then in here you've got your tabbed wallets within there as well. So these tabbed wallets, you could be storing your stamps and dies in here. It could be your embellishments. Maybe it's things like your die cut toppers that you want to keep in here. So many different options for you, whether it's ribbon or lace, whatever you want. But then what you can do is then pop that down together, and that keeps it all nice and neat. Maybe you're going to have one of these for Christmas, one of them for birthday cards, another for all of your different finish makes. $26.99 if you want to go for that, or $34.99. Right, there is also a pen and ink palette, which is gorgeous, but someone seems to have got their mitts on it and taken it over the other side of the room.
Of course. Rude not to. Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Is it this one here?
The one on the left there, yeah?
Yes. I adore this. I think this is absolutely fantastic because you've got such a really fantastic space to keep all of your favourite colours of markers. The ink pads fit in here amazingly, and then you've got all of your little top accents on there. And I actually have this one at home, and what I have is my favourite 3 combinations of my illustrators in there, and then you know how I have my favourite combinations of ink pad as well. I've actually got my 3 favourite combinations of Harmony, Pigment and Quick Dry in there, and then I've got my Finesse, and it just has everything that I need quick and easy and accessible on my desk in front of me, so I'm just using them. Everything else is in the big storage behind me or somewhere else in the craft room, but it just means the things that I personally use regularly are just there for me to pick up. It's really, really useful. I love it.
It really is fantastic. A lot of you have gone for that. Very, very busy at a great price for the quality you get there as well. It's kind of like how would you describe the finish on it, Leann? You're technical. You know these things.
I'm going to have a feel
because it is wood, but it's got almost like an acrylic finish.
Yes, it feels like it's got a satin coating on it, so it's not rough at all. It feels like a melamine countertop.
That's the one, yeah.
But it's not melamine, so it's just got a beautiful sprayed matte satin finish on it, which will be very easy clean, easy wipe actually. So yes, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, really, really great. Very, very busy on that. Erin says, will these interchangeable dies be coming to HSN? They will be coming to HSN. I believe they'll be in the craft day in July. Oh, Barbie's got herself very, very excited. So I've just been checking. Well, I've just been checking the show schedule. There's an extra show this week. Well, there's technically 2 extra shows actually this week because there is a... My producer Laura's like, what now? Yes, there is, yes. I'm not just inventing them and just, sticking them in as we go along. But there is a special bonus Sunday cartload this Sunday, 11 a.m, 6 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. And then Second Chance Sunday is like our Second Chance Sunday festive roundup with a 3-hour show with myself and Sarah. So really, well, you've got 4 extra hours, technically 1 extra show. We really are trying to spoil you this week as well. Lots of people loving these. These are very, very pretty, says Ray. Robin in Maryland says these are gorgeous. You're all loving them. Very busy on the big collection. Also very busy on all of the individual. Snowflake, still your favourite at the moment. Holly, not far behind. What's your... I mean, we're not allowed favourites, but if you did have a favourite, Leann, which one might it be, do you think?
That's a very good question. I do love the tree, Joe. I'm with you on the tree. I do love the tree. However, the snowflake is glorious. I've got bits of dye cut in my hair. I was thinking, what is that? And it's when I've knocked them. I've got them. They've just landed in my hair. There's probably all sorts of other things in there too. No, I think the snowflake I love, but if I had to choose, if I could only choose one, I'd be choosing the tree because I like the sentiments on there. Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Now, we're going to have actually a look at the holly this time, and I love the sentiments in the holly actually. They all have different reasons for being gorgeous and usable. I'll probably just be going for the collection, but holly is fantastic and I love it when it's used to create a gift box. So you see here, we've cut that design just using craft card. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? There really isn't any sparkle in there, but if you're having a nice kind of Scandinavian rustic look Christmas, this is gorgeous for gift giving. Fill this with fudge or little cookies or toffee, homemade toffee or something like that would be absolutely exquisite. So we're going to have a look at how to make this little gift box. Okay. So I've got my score master and I've got a piece of 8x8 craft card and I'm going to score at 1.5 inches up against the box lid side of the board all the way around. So I just keep rotating my card, find 1.5 inches, score the line all the way around, and that will get me the perfectly sized box lid. I do exactly the same with another piece of craft card, but this time I put it up against the opposite side of the board where it says box base, and then I read these measurements from the bottom and go and score 1.5 around exactly as I've just done. That gives you the perfect bottom and top that go together effortlessly.
What I want to know is how come normally it would be master, but if it's Masterclass, it's master. But also I've noticed that Score Master is master as well.
Oh.
I'm getting my masters and my masters in a tiz over here.
I think it's just when we're trying to be posh.
Okay.
Being honest
it's
about
because you're
that.
making a very posh Scandinavian Christmas box.
It really is, yes. I mean, you know, absolutely up here in the north we say master. But when I'm trying to be posh, darling, and speak in a language that the whole of the world can understand, then I'll put on my best Sunday accent and call it master.
Apparently, I'm developing a bit of a northern twang. It's been said. So yeah, the vocabulary is definitely has been affected, as the kids might say. Yes, definitely. A few people are asking, Leann, where they can send their Second Chance Sunday request to. Very easy to do that. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. Just put Second Chance in the subject line, and then whatever it is that you would like to see, and we will do our best to bring it back to you. Lynn's saying, it's payday today for Lynn, so could be a bit of a dangerous day today. Lots of us are a bit jealous of Lynn. Is it nearly payday for us? Well, it's not too far away, is it? Not too far. I got paid yesterday, so I'm all right.
It's the end of the month for the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's the last day of the month. Last day of the month is party day.
But then, see, I'm all right now, so I got paid on Friday, actually, so it's fine. But then it gets to, like, you guys' payday, and it's the middle of the month for me, and I'm thinking,
Should we have, Joe? I had 'Tis the Season in my finished box, but let's do a different one for this one. Would you like 'Tis the Season, Deck the Halls, or the other one, which what am I trying to read it? Hang on. Jolly Holidays.
I think Jolly Holidays, because it reminds me of the Bublé song, Jolly Holly Christmas, which wasn't a Bublé song, it was a different one, but you always remember the one that you like the most, don't you?
You do. So I've put Jolly Holidays in there. And you see, when I've done my 8x8 card and scored at 1.5 inches all around, it's given me the perfect 5-inch centre for my Create-a-Card to fit in there. And I'm putting this onto my Gemini Junior plate because it's a concept and it's a larger piece of card, not Gemini Junior, Gemini, because it's a concept and it's a larger piece of cardstock. And I'm doing exactly as I did before. I'm keeping the die still in the centre. And then I'm also just going to keep it still on this little bit of cardstock here, just to stop it sliding, because it's really important that it stays nice and still in the middle of my box top there. And then layer up all of your plates and run it through.
Lots of people talking about using these as Christmas decorations themselves as well, like tree decorations. Leann, might be another great way to use it.
Absolutely, I think that's a fantastic idea. And you could, with the sentiments, like for example with these circular sentiments from the holly design, I'd be using my nest and circle dies, cutting out some of those, cutting the sentiment in and sticking them all back to each other so it gets thicker, so it feels like a bit of chipboard with a layer of wet glue in between each one, then with a little bit of ribbon on the tree, especially out of the luxury cardstock with a final layer. That would be glorious. Ooh. I have to say. I love that idea.
Lovely idea.
I really like that idea a lot.
Now, we love to talk about food here at Crafters TV.
Of course.
What's the meat of choice when you have Christmas dinner? Is it always a turkey?
For me,
yeah,
we never have turkey.
Really?
No, we're a turkey-free household.
Wow.
But we do have a selection.
Right.
So we have pork because my son loves crackling.
Right.
So I do roast pork. We do duck.
Duck.
To have a traditional bird. And then we will also have some beef. And I do a mustard and black treacle glazed ham.
Wow.
So we have a selection.
That's pretty epic. I mean, we may as well go. I'm not even going to ask the rest of us because, well, let's see. Laura, what would you have? Producer Laura? Ham. Oh, like gammon. I do love a piece of gammon. Director Daniel, what would you be having at Christmas? Beef. Fair enough. Yeah, we have turkey and it's always dry and a bit disappointing.
That's why we don't have it. I have never had, you know, and you know I like to cook, Joe. And goodness gracious, you're a chef. So if your turkey can't be moist, just none of us have got any hope of ever having a moist turkey.
No, mine is never moist.
I've always been disappointed with the turkey, and if anybody out there has got some nice tips for how to make the turkey moist, I'd like to know, because that's why we don't have it, and that's why we have duck, because duck's a fatty bird. So that once I've cooked it, it's all of the fat. It's just nice and juicy.
I did a goose one year, but I don't know if I've told you this story before. But I thought I was ordering it by the pound.
Yes.
Now, hang on. What's more, a kilo? A kilo's more than a pound, isn't it?
2.2 pounds in a kilo.
Yeah. So I thought I was ordering it by the pound. I wasn't. I ordered it by the kilo. So it turned up and it was 2.2 times the size I had anticipated it being. I had to cut the legs off to get it in the oven and roast those separately. Turns out most of the meat are on the legs anyway. Yeah. And we had this massive goose, and we got about that much meat off of it. Didn't even have enough meat to go around for the 6 of us for dinner. Never again.
Oh dear, that's hilarious. Honestly, so many funny things happen at Christmas, don't they? We have all the family round at Christmas as well, and so I need a lot of food because there's a lot of people and they're all really hungry. So I have, that's why we have several different meats, and then we eat them cold for the rest of the week, and we have a Boxing Day get together as well. So it doesn't go to waste. It sounds very extravagant.
Oh,
but
Anne has prime rib. Is Anne's what Anne has?
Anne.
Malia says the pressure cooker keeps the turkey very moist. Sometimes comes out looking like it needs a suntan though, doesn't it, when you do it in the pressure cooker? What's your tip there, Malia? I think we are not far away from that Crafters TV cookbook. It's been suggested more than once.
Oh wow! I really like that idea. I've got so many recipes that are just family staples that everybody expects every year. By the way, just so you know what I'm doing, I'm just taping the sides of my box base here that I did at the same time, and I'm just using my Crafters Companion Tape pen. If you haven't got a Crafters Companion Tape pen, do not put your boxes together with a regular tape pen. Always use a wet glue. However, if you have got one of our tape pens, you can do as I'm doing and put your box together because of the strength of the glue in there. So you see, I've got my box lid and my box base ready to go together now. There we are, and they fit over beautifully, but I'm going to decorate the box as well. So what I've just got is a piece of pretty paper from one of our Christmas collections of this is a poinsettia range from last year, and I'm going to tape that and pop that in the bottom of my box just so it's got a little bit of a contrast in there, and that'll be lovely when it comes to give the little gifts that we're going to give out.
Talking of gifts, Leanne, 10% of the Christmas gift has sold out and gone already. So this morning, very, very busy for that. Remember, it is the butterfly, fluttering by is what you're looking at just here, as you can see. And previously, the previous day's ones have gone very quickly. So make sure, all you need to do is make sure you've got £30 or $30 worth of products in your basket, and it will automatically add itself in, which is fantastic.
Absolutely. It's brilliant to get those free gifts. It really does just build up your stash and give you some variety and let you try things as well that you might not have purchased yourself, or you might not have chosen because you might not think it's you, but then when you get it as a free gift, it opens up a new world and you find things that you love that you didn't know you were going to love. Right, so I'm just looking.
Well, there's a good suggestion for keeping the turkey moist from, who was it from that just said it? Shelby K says deep fry the turkey, which is a thing in the States, isn't it? Having a turkey fryer and deep frying the turkey whole is a thing in the US.
Lord, that's going to have to be one massive fryer.
Well, it is. It's
to
like
get a turkey in it.
I think they can be a bit. I don't think I'm talking out of turn when I say I think they can be a little bit dangerous. But it's basically like a massive chip pan, and you just sort of lower it in.
Oh, wow! Oh my word! Well, I would like to try that before I invested in the deep fryer. I think I like the idea of it. I love the sound of it, but I don't know whether I would use the big pan more like during the year, other than just for the turkey.
Nice.
Nice. Next time I'm in America, one of my American friends, please can you deep fry me a turkey? I want to try it. Thank you.
That would be lovely.
Thank you. That would be lovely. So you can see there, I've made my 2 boxes now. And isn't this great? Because this shows you how you can do, as you said, Joe, a whole collection, but you're varying the sentiments depending on who you're sending it to. So 2 boxes, 2 entirely different sentiments in there, but they both look really, really pretty and beautiful, don't they? Especially with that craft card. I think they're gorgeous. And you've got your Jolly Holidays and 'Tis the Season. Very simple to do. And please and thank you, can I have mine filled with fudge, Sarah? Thanks.
That would be absolutely delicious, please, if that could be the case. I love craft cardstock for Christmas as well. Really, really classy with red ribbon and craft. Such a lovely, lovely colourway. Loads of you talking. The comments have spiraled into turkey talk at the moment. Deep frying is dangerous, says someone. But lots of you talking about what you're having for Christmas. And the thing is as well, a lot of you have had a bit of extra time on your hands at the moment. I know so many of you getting ahead with Christmas crafting already. And that might sound ridiculous to some of you in June, but it's the best time to start because how often, you never have enough time to get everything done at Christmas, do you? Let's face it. I always end up leaving it all to the last minute. So why not get started early? Which is why we bring you this fabulous event right here and now in June, bringing you all of our new Christmas releases, of course. Now, if you want to go for any of the Create-a cards, remember, 4 different options for you. You've got the star frame, which is this one just here. You've also then got the tree. Remember, 3 different sentiments in each of these for you. You've got the snowflake frame, and you've got Deck the Halls, the big collection, a brand new stock for you. 1/3 of that stock already gone in the first hour or so this morning. So very, very busy. I want to give you a heads up on a few other bits that are on the show that are proving very busy. This one is the Harmony Water Reactive Festive Ink Pad Collection. So these have been put together to give you the perfect tones that you need for all of those inky festive projects that you might want to do. 22.46 or 31.28. You're saving a quarter here. Now the thing is, we normally only give you 25% off our ink pads when we're giving you a big sort of 29-piece collection. So to bring you 6 ink pads and still give you 25% saving is really, really good value for money. We've got more inks for you, this time some sparkly ones, which we love. It's got one of our new collections in it, which was the Mystic Tones. You're also getting the Cozy Christmas in there and also the traditional Christmas. Loads of techniques that can be done with our sparkle inks. There's so much inspiration that you'll find over on Crafters TV to take you through those. The embellishments are up next. Now these are proving very busy. 2 lots of ribbon in here. So you've got a vintage lace selection with the beautiful blues and purples. You've also got that crafty fun collection with your yellows and reds in there. Very, very lovely for Christmas. And you've got 6 pots of our essential glitters in there too. So a really, really great embellishment selection. Also proving very busy is our precious metals cardstock over on the website. And now this one is $12.99 individually for this, but if you want to go for it, you can actually get 4 of these for £30. So that represents a really great saving compared to buying them individually. This one in particular has 10 sheets of adhesive glitter, 10 sheets of glitter, 10 sheets of mirror, and 10 sheets of matte mirror as well. So go across to the website, you'll see all the other options there when it comes to our cardstock. Remember, don't forget, £30 or $30 worth of product in your car, and our free gift will appear in there immediately, which is fantastic. Right, I'm going to hand you back to Leanne because I know she's got so much more to show you.
Absolutely, and I'm just cleaning my die out from the last time I used it because I've realised what's happening now. I've just been picking some more die pieces out of my hair because when I'm doing this and tapping my die to get my pieces out, they're flying up, landing in my hair, which is out of control at the moment anyway, and that's why I'm having to clean my hair out of die cut pieces, which is attractive.
Your hair?
My hair.
At least it's not someone else's.
Well, that's very true. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Right, so what I've got here is a lovely light lilac piece of cardstock, and the square in the centre is 5.5 inches, so it can be cut from A4 or US letter size. So the bit in the centre is 5.5 inches, and then I've got 1.5 inches and 1.5 inches as 2 panels, because what we're going to make is this beautiful domed affair, which looks absolutely gorgeous, and stick that over another piece of cardstock. And we're going to use our acetate again as well. So I've got my piece of cardstock ready. So 5.5 in the centre, inch and a half, inch and a half. I'm then just positioning my die as we did before. So I'm getting that where I would like it to be. And again, I'm just doing it by eye. You can get your ruler out if you want to, but as long as it's central enough, then that's okay by me. And then this time, I'm going to use Let It Snow because we've got a Winter Wishes there. So let's use a different sentiment and you'll be able to see what it looks like. Now, here's a good thing. I'm just going to point this out to you. This is what Masterclass is all about, isn't it? When I've got my sentiment here, if I put Let It Snow in like this now, can you see how Let It Snow is going to be wrought on an angle because of the direction I've got the star? However, if I want this to be upright, so I want Let It Snow to read straight, see how I've rotated my base, so I've got 2 points here now, and then when I put my sentiment in, it will read straight rather than on an angle. So not only have you got your sentiments that are different, you can even angle the sentiment differently to give it a little bit of a different look and feel, which I'm actually going to do with this one. I'm going to have Let It Snow wrought on an angle rather than straight. So all of the choices that you've got with the different dies that we've given you in here just mean that for every single thing you create, you can customize it, have it looking a little bit different, and just make something really, really unique. So you see, what I'm going to do now is keep this die still because I don't want it to move. So I'm just going to pop that there. I'm going across the die, across the card and onto the plate, just to keep things nice and still as I pop it through. So it's all arranged. The central one is held in place so it doesn't slide and move, and this can now get run through the Gemini machine.
You're getting very busy, Leann, on this. It is indeed, yeah, really, really busy. I need to let you know, there's less than 200 of the big collection to go round. So we obviously, this will be launching on HSN in July, so we can only get actually a finite amount of stock for you. So if you want to be amongst the first crafters globally to get your hands on it, I think today will have to be the day for you.
Which is fantastic.
And that honestly, actually is the most popular one, that is the one you're cutting just there.
Is it?
The snowflake. That'll be the first one that sells out individually.
And actually, just what you said before there, Joe, is 100% spot on in terms of getting yourself ready for Christmas. And I try very hard every year, and I've already started, and actually I am using these dies for my Christmas cards this year because they're quick, they're easy, they're impactful, and I can have things which look like I've spent a long time, and I actually haven't spent a long time at all. And I try to make at least one a week, but 2 to 3 if I can, every week of a Christmas card. And then that means I have a nice pile when it comes to sending them out, and I don't need to worry about it because in the past I've been a bad girl, Joe, and I've left it till the week before Christmas, and then I haven't been able to join in with all of the lovely things that are happening because I've been stuck in my craft room crafting 100 Christmas cards.
I wonder how many people have made a really good start already though, Leann.
Yeah, I mean, I think us canny crafters, I mean, that was the one and only time I did that. I learned my lesson. I was like, I can do that, no problem. Yeah, no, bad. Which is why now I have that rule of a minimum of one from June. I do it from the 1st of June, minimum of 1, 2 or 3 if I can, every week. And what I do is I choose my favourite things and I make that a theme. These creator cards are definitely part of my Christmas card theme this year because there are so many little things I can do, like to cut it on watercolour card and brush it across with my sparkle inks.
Oh, lovely.
Spray it with stick and stay and put crystal glitter on it. You know, cut it from a little bit of a different sized panel, exactly as we've done here, and then just have a lovely dome fronted card. So many different things you can do, and all of them look really impactful. Even though I'm using the same set of dies, every single card looks different. So you can see there, when I just put that purple panel behind, look at the beautiful detail in there. And you can see what I've done is I angled the Let It Snow this time so that it wasn't straight as my Winter Wishes, but I just changed the direction. So you can see I've got 2 points here and I've got 1 point here. By just angling your creator card in a different direction and angling your sentiment, you get a different look again, which is fantastic. You've got so many choices. It's brilliant.
So many ways to customise these, which I think is why they are so busy. It is like you're getting 3 creator card dies in one. Apparently the consensus on YouTube in the comments is that just smothering your turkey in bacon keeps it moist. I think smothering anything in bacon, smother me in bacon, I'd stay moist, I reckon. I think it works for anything. It really does. Everything can be improved by smothering it in bacon or putting it in a sandwich. That's what I've come to live my life by, really.
Well, I watched and I tried this. Was it Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver? I don't know. One of them actually got 2 big pats of butter and then kind of had the hand in, separated the skin from the meat, and then stuffed the soft butter under the skin and then roasted it so the butter soaked down through the meat. I tried it, but I still wasn't mightily impressed. So, yeah. Now, I've just lined this with acetate, as you can see there. So I've got my lovely Let It Snow cut out. And then because I wanted to keep its shape again, remember, I've put just a lovely acetate panel in there. And now what we're going to do is stick that around this piece of lilac cardstock. So what we need to do is start by sticking that in place there, and then I'll do the same here and I'll show you the difference. So first things first, a line of tape right at the end of that purple piece of cardstock there, and then I push it down to the scored fold line and close that over. Now what I do is I put again a piece of a line of tape at the edge of the darker purple piece of cardstock, and then again I push that purple cardstock into my score line. So you can see my score line there, push that in and then close it over. And what that does is create the dome for you, because your little piece of card inside was just slightly shorter than the piece of card you've got here. So actually this piece of cardstock inside, this was 5 by 5 in the centre, sorry, 5.5 by 5.5 in the centre, remember. And then my piece of cardstock here was 5 inches high by 5.5 wide, so that when I've glued it, it gives me that amazing dome front. I've then just prepared myself a nice card base. And I've done that in more of a wider rather than narrower, so that it fits the front nicely. And I've used my luxury card, and the deal we've got on that on the show is fantastic, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, 4 of those for £30 you can get. So that would get you 160 sheets for £30, which is really, really great. We consider a quarter of that is self-adhesive glitter, a quarter of that's glitter, the other quarter is mirror and another matte mirror, or $42 if you want to get that in the US. I'd love to see pictures of people that have got their Christmas crafting game nailed as well. If you've made a load of stuff already, send us some pictures of the stuff you've been making. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send that into.
Absolutely. Now what I've done is I'm using my 3D glue gel as a wet glue here, because I'm sticking onto this glitter card, this lovely luxury card. A tape pen or a collal all-purpose wouldn't be enough. So you really want it to stick, you don't want it falling off. So use your 3D glue gel as a flat glue. And then what I like to do is just take my lovely long Crafter's Companion bone folder, when I've got that in place, and just give that a good old push down and rub inside, so that that gets nicely adhered. And then I've just got a little fancy bow folded, and again my 3D glue gel, and that can go in the centre. And you see you've got that wonderful dome fronted beautiful card there with all of that amazing dimension. And I've just done it with 2 different sentiments, so you can see, look, Winter Wishes and Let It Snow. So you can even have a theme of the same type of card, but you can vary the sentiment depending on what you want to do or send it to. And I think do you know why I like to do that, Joe? It's like when you go to all of the posh high street stores, and they have like a suite of Christmas cards and everything looks like it belongs in the same range and collection, but they're all tweaked a little bit. It's all that kind of high-end personalisation. You can do that with these dies. You can have a theme, have a look, but just vary your sentiment, and then it just makes it look a little bit different. I really do like that. I think it's a quick and easy way of personalising, but looks very high-end and classy as well.
Especially if you wanted to make these to sell as well. I know a lot of you make your cards to sell. Great to bundle them up and have maybe, 9 cards, 3 of each sentiment, all in a little box together. I think you'd get, not only would you command a good price for them, they'd be really quick for you to make, because you are cutting them. They're a one-pass wonder, and then you're assembling them back together again. Robin in Maryland saying, I love that card. That is outstanding. Also says Sam Ali in the comments over on Facebook as well. Now, any questions that you've got about these dies and how they would use them, or any ideas you've got about how you might like to use them, this is a masterclass. So definitely get those questions in. I'm monitoring the comments over on Facebook at the moment. Crafters TV, if you want to join the conversation, then come join me over there. If you want to watch and shop at the same time, of course, really easy to do that. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. You'll see this video on the homepage. Click the shop now button underneath and you'll see all of the fabulous deals that are right there. Right, very busy. On the paper handler, the A4 paper handler, the Totally Tiffany one. You guys are absolutely loving this. Totally Tiffany range has been so busy since we launched it here at Crafters Companion, and this has been one of the real heroes of the range because it is a really lovely storage caddy, basically, an A4 storage caddy. You've got finger pulls on the front and back, so depending how you want to store these, if you want to have them stacked up side by side, they are fantastic. But the great thing is if you move these around a lot, so maybe you've got a storage cupboard where you keep all your crafting stuff, but then where you actually craft is maybe on the dining table, so you're forever carrying things backwards and forwards. These are great because they have handles on them. If you go to workshops maybe, they'll be fantastic for you to take around as well. Loads of different ways that you can use those, but very, very busy on that one. $9.99 or $13.48 if you want to get that one. Now the Create-a-Card, all of them busy. I think the Snowflake is still your favourite, closely followed by the Holly. So let's look at those two first. Now, the great thing is about these that what you're getting is, in essence, well, 3 different dies is what you'd normally be looking at, or the ability to make 3 different die cuts, because that central sentiment interchanges in there. But do you know what I love about it is that it's so well designed that you wouldn't look at it and say, oh, well, there's a big gap between the sentiment and the Create-a-Card, so therefore you can see what it is. It doesn't. Every single one of the projects that's made using this, it looks like it is its own Create-a-Card die in its own right, and that is thanks to the hard work that Leann and her team put into every single product that we bring you here at Crafters TV. Less than 150 of the big collection now left to go round, I'm hearing. This one here is Let It Snow, that you can see. You've also got Winter Wishes, and of course you've got Believe in the Magic. Your second favourite is this one here, the Holly. I'd love to see this maybe spritz through or used as a stencil, would look lovely, as well as having those sentiments of Deck the Halls, Jolly Holiday, and also 'Tis the Season. The next one is the one here, the Star of Wonder. So you've got that one, the star with Star of Wonder. You've got Joy to the World and Peace on Earth as well. And then finally, my favourite one is the tree. And in there you've got Happy Holidays. You've also got Merry Christmas and Season's Greetings. These would make perfect tags as well because of the shape of them. Really, really easy to cut them out using those central sentiments should you want to. $24.99 if you want to get them individually. They're all great value, or $32.99 to get them individually. You can get them there, as you can see, on a 2-4. So 2 for $42.50 or $55. Or the best way to get the best value, and what most of you are going for, is the big collection. Because when you get it like this, we take the price even lower. You're saving about £20 in the UK compared to buying them individually, or about $26 in the US compared to buying them individually. Brand new to us here at Crafters TV. Brand new to you guys in the States as well. You won't have had your chance to get hold of these just yet. They will be coming to HSN at a slightly later date. Now, because of the price, remember, everyone gets free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling, which is fantastic. And of course, if you want to, you can use your Club Inspired discount. Of course you want to, don't you? Now, as well as that, everyone, of course, is going to get the free gift, which is fantastic because you're spending over £30 or $30. If you went for them individually, you wouldn't, but you go for the big collection, you will. If you want to place your order, now is a great time to do so. Pop yourself across to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, click Shop the Show, and you'll find all of the offers and deals that are there in the show for you. Me and Leann, this is not our only, it's not our only time at the rodeo today, is it, Leann? We are back together again a little later.
We are. We're back tonight with Monday Makers at 4 p.m. GMT, and whatever time that is in the other places in the world. Joe's a master at
11 a.m. East Coast.
11 a.m. East Coast. Thank you very much, Joe. Actually, you just came back there and you caught me polishing my mirror card.
Oh.
And don't we all polish our mirror card? I can't bear fingerprints on my mirror card. So actually, if you've got your apron, the microfiber cloth that comes in with your apron is brilliant for polishing your mirror card so it's finger mark free. That's what I was doing. Now we're going to have a look at how to do. This is a blast from the past, this card. I absolutely adore it. It's called a K-card. So look, the front pops through the aperture. Can you see that?
Oh,
look
hang on. Shut the front door. This is a bit fancy, isn't it?
Oh, it's fancy all over, but it's so easy to do. We used to do these all the time back in the day, Joe. And some of those fantastic folds that we used to do years ago, they just disappeared. So I thought, let's bring it back. So we've got this amazing K-card. Now, I want to show you how incredibly easy it is to achieve that. And we're going to be using our Score Master to do it. Now, I've got lots of bits pre-done, so you don't have to watch me doing all of that, but you'll completely understand where you're scoring and where you're cutting at the end of it. So first things first, this is an 8x8 card, so I'm using a larger cardstock. If you haven't got larger cardstock at home, you can do the same concept exactly on a smaller card. So worry about the scoring, not the size for now. So I've got my half fold card. I've popped that onto my boxer, scored the line, and I've got a half fold card. Don't worry about the size, just think about what I'm actually doing. Then what I've done is on the front of the card, regardless of how big it is, I've marked the halfway point, which you can see here. And that's at 4 inches on mine because this is an 8x8 card. Then what I've done is I've come along to 2 inches and I've cut a 2-inch aperture central on this half of the half. Does that make sense to everybody? So I'm on that half line there, that's my first cut, and then 2 inches along on my aperture, cut a window in your card. That's your first piece, okay? That's what you need. Then what I've got is another piece exactly the same size, but this time what I've done is I've scored it in half, so that's my half fold, and then I've scored half again on here and marked the halfway point here, and then folded these back so you can see that there. Then what we do is we don't cut down here as we did on the first one. I'm going to bring that in so you can see. I want you to see how they match. So you see here, when I lay that one over, it's exactly in the same place, the next piece, but I don't cut this line as I did on the first one. I leave that intact, and then what I do is I cut the same distance around there here, but I leave the piece of card in place. Okay, so that's your 2 pieces. Then what happens is when you fold these like this, so you see now that's gone through, and then you put your 2 cards together and glue them. That goes through the front of the aperture. There you go. That goes through the front of the aperture, and that creates that fancy card fold for you.
Wow,
could not be more simple.
Pretty fancy, isn't it? I mean, pretty easy to do.
But easy to do.
You've blown my tiny mind. You really have.
I mean,
I think it's amazing.
Good.
Loads of people saying they're going to be making these kinds of cards. If you want to go for the Score Master and the Embellishments Creator, of course, £18 or $23. It's the deal that everyone waits for, the one where you get 30% off, which is fantastic. And you're never going to need to make any card blanks or envelopes or pay for any card blanks or envelopes ever again when you go for that, which is fantastic. So which Creator card are you going to use with this, Leanne?
So I'm using the star. I love the star one, and actually we're going to pick the sentiment, but just before I actually put the star on there and cut it, what I want to do is show you that I've used the frame die that comes in the collection to cut me the perfect layering panel to work with the Creator card. So I've cut that out using my square die, which now means that this fits perfectly my Creator card on there. You can see it's absolutely exquisitely placed. I'm just going to keep this still because I don't want it to move when I put it through my machine. So I do use a little bit of repositionable tape in all 4 corners, and I stick across the die, across the card and onto the plate, and that just keeps it nicely anchored. My example that we've got has peace on earth, but I'm going to use a different sentiment, and I think we're going to have a little bit of joy to the world, Joe, because we need, at this moment in time, we need some peace on earth and some joy to the world.
We really do.
So then I'm going to hold my sentiment still. We really do. Everybody needs to get a Create-a-Card and focus on peace on earth and joy to the world.
A lot of people saying they can't wait to try this style of card as well when they get these dies. Barbie's saying she's loving this. Ray says, gorgeous, just gorgeous. I really need to watch this show again, says Malia. Well, you're in luck, Malia, because all you need to do is pop yourself over to the website and you'll be able to see it pretty much forever. So make sure that as soon as your product arrives, you can come back and watch this. What a lot of people do is they make a note of the date and the time that the show was on, and then it just makes it super simple to find it back on our website afterwards, which is brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. That's what I'd be doing. That sounds fantastic. So I've just positioned that all in place. So now I'm just going to remove my little pieces of tape. And just take your time when you do that. You don't need to, it's not a race. You don't need to whip it off like a sticky plaster. And just be gentle with it. So I just remove them. You know what? And some of these I keep and reuse again because these are all coming off in full pieces. So I usually stick those along the top of my Gemini machine and reuse them. You don't need to keep throwing it in the bin. And then I'm going to remove this here, which is just holding my sentiment still. And the reason I'm doing this little panel is there are two different ways of creating this card. And you'll get two different looks. And I want to show you that because, again, for me, it's all about customization and versatility. So you see, look how...
Doesn't it look gorgeous in the gold?
Look at that. I mean, I'm just going to put it on a bit. Look at this. Joy to the world on that mirror card. Doesn't that look absolutely fantastic? And you've seen how easy that was, how the only little pieces I've had to go and touch there, not even poke out, just touch, with the little bits inside the sentiment. All of the other pieces just came right out. That's the quality of the die you've got there. And that looks truly fabulous. So now we've done that, we can start putting our project together. So let's move that out the way. Right, so let's start looking at how we're going to put this card together. Now remember, these are the two pieces that we've just created. And so we're folding the top piece with valley, mountain, and then valley. And then this little aperture that we cut round goes through the hole, pokes through the hole there, and the card underneath. And then you would glue these in place, and that creates the card for you because that folds through to the front. Okay. Now, what you can do is what I did for this one. Just want to explain this to you. I cut my Create-a-Card in this aperture space. So what I would have done on this piece of cardstock here is line up my die there, thus, and I would have then taped it and run it through the Gemini machine, which would have given me this. And I just want to show you this there. So you can see that's exactly what would have happened. It's exactly the same piece, but I've cut the piece on earth out there. And now I've got this lovely decorative panel, which means that when I use it with my card base and I pop this through, my decorative panel comes through the front of my card. And I'm not gluing it in place because I want to show you a couple of different options. Comes through the front of my card there, voila. And that gives you this result here. Okay, so that's exactly what I've done there. The only difference being on the reverse of here, a piece of mirror card. In fact, I'm going to cut a piece, Joe, just so everybody can see what I'm doing, because otherwise I think there's a lot of words and not enough explaining.
And the mirror coming through the aperture almost makes it look like it's been foiled, doesn't it?
Yes,
it's a really clever way of using it. A lot of you saying that you're going to be saving this show and watching it back, which is fantastic. Sandra says she's got a notebook with notes that she's made on all the programs through lockdown. I've just had to begin volume 2 this morning. She says she takes notes as she goes, which is fantastic.
So I just cut a piece of card quickly there, so you can see I've cut the Create-a-Card in on the piece, the fold there, the pit where I cut that out. Bringing this back in, I want to show you step by step. It's really important. So this piece here, and then I lined up the Create-a-Card here, run it through the Gemini and cut it out, which gives me this. And then I've taken a piece of 5x5 mirror card and stuck that behind here, there, which then gives you that aperture look. And that's what I've done to create this particular example. What we're going to do, however, is create a different example, because what I'm going to do is use the decorative cut panel instead. So you can see here, I've got this particular panel now, I'm going to show you there, Joy to the world, where I've cut it out. Remember, I did it with the frame first. So I cut the frame first and then I cut the detail in. Now I'm going to use my dotty tape pen and stick this in place. I hope this is making it really clear to everybody.
Sense. In the comments, a lot of people saying, wow, this is a lot of card. It's the card is amazing, Leanne. Loads of you saying how much you like it. But yeah, definitely. Remember, you can always come back and watch this back at any point. You can pause Leanne, rewind her. Don't tell her I said this, but you can even mute her if you want to.
I tell you, my husband would love to be able to mute me, I'm sure. Especially this weekend.
Or just turn down a little bit. I don't know. Turn her up a little bit. I don't know.
Turn the volume down, yeah. So now I'm coming back to my front piece of card, so the little piece that pokes through, and then I've got my 5-inch panel here now, and I'm sticking this in place. There we go. So that's getting stuck in place there, my 5-inch panel. So you see where I've stuck that now? That's the one I've cut out rather than I've cut in, and now I can assemble my card. Well, so I've got my front piece here. Sorry, Joe.
That's all right, no problem. Pam, I think, has come up with a genius idea, Leanne.
Yeah.
She makes a note of when she buys it. Then, when the product arrives, she writes the date that it was on Crafters TV on the front of the packaging, so that whenever she uses it again, she can always go straight back and find the show, which is genius.
That is genius. I love that idea. So, did you see what I did there, Joe? I just took this piece here where I've stuck the panel and I pushed it through the aperture that we cut on the base piece of card. So now I'm in a position where I can glue this down. So I'm running a piece of tape on the bottom piece here and on here and on here. You can do it with a wet glue as well if you want to. You just want to make sure that it's nicely stuck down, and then don't let it drop as I've just done. I then line up the score lines here and here, so I know I've got it nice and straight, top and bottom. And then what I do is I just fold this closed. So that needs to come over a little bit more. Just to there, perfect, there we go, and lined up perfectly closed. So now that is glued together. And then the final bit of gluing is this panel here to this panel. So again, run your tape down, fold it over so it closes, and then when you open this up, it just works magically. So you can see that there, and you can see that that panel pops out beautifully. Now I've just got a couple of little bits of extra decoration to add here, Joe. So this is this foliage here was from, and this is what I love as well, you see, because you can use all of the other dies that you've been collecting from different ranges and use those alongside these just to accentuate them. This was actually a beautiful floral corner from one of my favourite Zara signature collections, the Parisian one. And I think cut on mirror card and used alongside this Create-a-Card, it just adds a really beautiful framing on the corner of what is quite a large card. And you don't really need very much more than that at all. It looks lovely, doesn't it? Joy to the world there.
Beautiful.
And then I've got, just from our fabulous sentiment stamps, I've just stamped in our lovely Bordeaux ink pad, which we've got on the show. It's a lovely burgundy with that cream. It looks gorgeous. And I've just done a little matte and layer with the luxury cardstock that we've got as well. And that's a little panel now with my sentiment, which has got a perfect place just inside here. There we go. So I'm going to pop my little sentiment panel inside there. So then what you've got, and I must just show you these side by side, because this is what I really wanted to do, was to show you the versatility of these dies. There is one there where we've done that K card, they're called a K card, with the pokey through front with the die cut panel on. But here is the opposite, where we've cut the detail in and then put the gold behind. So you see detail in, gold behind, gold panel on top. Ooh. Detail in, gold behind, gold panel on top.
What's your favourite? I think I like gold behind.
You like that one better?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know why. I do like that one a lot.
Let's everybody vote. Which camp are you in?
Which one do you like?
Do you like the gold panel on top, or do you like the gold behind? But the brilliant that you can see, we've got the two different sentiments there as well, Joe, in that star, where you've got your joy to the world and you've got your peace on earth. And we need more of that in our lives, don't we? I love this card. I think you're going to have so much fun. I hope it was clear for you, because there was lots of steps to show you, but I hope it does actually make sense, and I hope you get to have a little try at home. And remember, the size doesn't matter, it's just scoring the half points as I explained to you.
Absolutely, and such an impressive card. Imagine receiving that. Imagine how someone's going to feel opening that up and then realising that no, it's not been bought. You've actually made that. I mean, it's quite unbelievable. Now, don't forget, there is a craft vault coming up at the end of this show. You can definitely get yourself ahead over on the website because, of course, everything is there tagged. So just go into this show, the Masterclass, click shop the show, and you'll see the craft items have got the craft vault tag on them just there. Now, getting very, very busy on the main collection. That is what most of you are going for. Individually, these Create-a cards, £24.99 is what you'll be paying for them, which is amazing value for money, really, when you consider you're getting 3 different ways to use it. Well, 6 different ways, really, when you consider that you can have this cutting in or cutting out, which is great. If you go for them all together, opposed to individually, then they should be, well, individually, the original price would be $99.96 in the UK. It's $79.97 today. So that is a saving of £20. And also, don't forget as well, if you're in the US, they would be $131.96 down to $105.57, saving you about $26. So definitely worth getting the whole collection. Remember as well, you can use your Club Inspire discount in conjunction with all of the different deals that we bring you here at Crafters TV. In fact, here's Sarah to take you through all the info about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is great. It really is just giving you that extra bit of discount off everything that we bring you, not just here at Crafters TV, but of course across the whole website as well. So really fantastic that we offer that to you. $79.97 gets you all 4, and I think especially with a collection like this, it's going to be great to be able to say, do you know what, I'm going to take the lot and get all of it. Very, very busy. Individually, the Snowflake is your favourite. Now, there's a lot of different ways of using these, isn't there, Leanne?
There really is, and I wanted to just take a little bit of time to show you some of the beautiful ways that you can use these dies, and there's lots of different ways because they are so incredibly versatile. The first way here is this has actually got a fabulous little tea light inside, and so when the lights aren't on, look, you can even make home decor, Christmas decoration with these. This could have panels over the top, could from your luxury cardstock to have that glitter in there. You could just be sticking and staying it and putting crystal glitter on, but looks beautiful. I mean, don't put a live candle in, it's cardstock. But just with your little 4 lights in it, or actually my preference rather than a 4 tea light is a string, you know those strings of LEDs? Put a string of those LEDs or a couple of strings all wrapped in so it's all sparkly inside and they don't get hot, so you're fine using them with your cardstock. So that's one way. Then gift giving. Look, absolutely fabulous. Just fold with your Score Master, just fold a lovely little gift bag, cut the design in, put a little bit of ribbon on, and you're giving gifts, which is gorgeous. Then we've got here our fabulous, upside down, diorama. And you can see there that we've put the detail inside. But as you look inside, look on that black panel, doing exactly what you were saying, Joe, just a full black panel with just the sentiment cut in the middle, then gives you that fabulous relief that we've got there. Here we've just got a larger card, and I love this because it shows you how your Create-a-Card can be positioned in any place and any size of card you want to do, and that's our Star of Wonder there. Here, we all love a stepper card, don't we? We love our stepper cards, and look how fabulous these look. Two different ways, a larger one with a central stepper, and then a smaller one, Deck the Halls, with a side stepper. Looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? This, we've already looked at how to do this, but look, a little gift box for all of your homemade treats and sweets. Align it with acetate. We did the little craft one, didn't we? 'Tis the Season. So that's the one we did. But look what you can do as well. Just a little bit of a different size and depth. We've got our shaker cards. Now, you've all been saying that you want to do your shaker cards. Here we've done exactly that. All the little glitter. Can you see it flashing around in there? So use it for your shaker cards as well. This has got silver glitter in. Let it snow. Here. Oh my word, is it right way up? Yes, I'm so excited about this. The big reveal, pop-out card with your die cut in the centre. How fabulous is that? I'd be putting my luxury card on the inside there. Looks amazing. Very similar to the K card we've done in terms of the folding that you've just seen. We've got wonderful twisted easels, so you can just use the panels, so use that die to cut the square panel for your twisted easel. Here we've got a regular see-through easel. Look at that. You've seen us do that with our Create-a-Card masterclasses before so many times. So you're cutting it on the front, folding it in half, cutting another panel, lining it up and sticking it over the top. You've got this beautiful 3D see-through Create-a-Card in there. And the pièce de résistance, Joe. We're going back all the years. We're going retro, and we're going Starbook.
Oh, wow. I've not seen one of these.
Have you not seen one of these? These have been around since Puss was a kitten, Joe. And like a K card, we used to do them all the time, and we've stopped doing things like this, and I don't know why. So we're revolutionising. We're going retro here at Crafters TV, and we're bringing all the good old guys back. How amazing if you've got the full collection, the different one in every one, and you can vary the sentiments as well. I'm actually going to show you how to make one of these. It's incredibly easy. Folds up, ties with a bit of ribbon. Is a beautiful mantelpiece thriller for Christmas, I think. Ooh. I really love that. Do you want to see some finished samples as well while I'm here?
Oh, why not? I feel like we're on a roll.
Honestly, I'm entirely at my leisure here, Joe. Just inspiring you all.
Loads of people are loving, especially the gift bag and the luminary. Luminary, yes, off the chart.
Luminary.
Love the box. Love the tree card, says Robin. Fudge box, yes. Starbook, OMG. Amaze balls, OMG. What great cards, Deborah says as well. So people are loving them.
I didn't even know that was called a luminary. So I've learned something new today.
Which one was the luminary?
This is the luminary.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so obviously you illuminate it, don't you? Yeah, that's the luminary. Now here's a decorated luminary. Joy to the world. I definitely need my strings of LED lights in there. And this has got lovely black glitter card. I don't know if you can quite see the thing there, but actually you could paint that with your darker sparkle inks on your white card that we've got on the show and have it all glittery and put your LEDs inside. That would be amazing. But here we've got some other examples, and I mean, so simple but so incredibly impactful. Just brilliant. Doing that dome effect that I showed you and just using a lovely bit of that matte mirror on top there with 'Tis the Season. Looks gorgeous. Here we've got, again, very simple but gorgeous. Just picking out the sentiment with the gold mirror card on there for Deck the Halls. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then here we've just got a little bit of inking over the top with our Harmony ink pads. I know we've got a good deal on those on the show as well. Here's another one where we've used Harmony ink pads, but we've just done the same design in a little bit of a different way. This one I adore because this is our twisted easel again, and we've used the Star of Wonder for the base and the top with a little bit of gingham. It's a little bit more modern in there, isn't it? And this is what I mean about using but creating a suite like a high-end store where you've just got a look with the same design but you're varying a little bit, keeping the colour theme. And here's a shaker card to end all shaker cards, guys. You're going to love this. Look at this one. Look at the sequins. I'm going to turn it round so you can see the sequins falling around. So look, that's your shaker card using that fantastic snowflake design and your Harmony Water Reactive ink pads to stamp the background. Use the can you see this here? What's happening? I'm going to show you this too. Stenciling. So cut the design out and then stencil through with your ink pads. You get the matching design in the background as you've got on your Create-a-Card. Honestly, phenomenal, Joe. So many different things we could do. We could do a half-day masterclass with these.
Oh,
we
absolutely.
could.
Full weekend.
We could.
We could indeed. Loads of you loving them. A lot of you saying loving the Star book, love the Luminary. Wow, says Malia. Just wow. Gorgeous. A lot of you loving all of those different ways of using it. And there are so many different ways. And I do really love, as we've been saying all the way through this masterclass, the way that you can sort of coordinate and theme your Christmas cards this year without giving everyone the same Christmas card. Sometimes it's really nice to go round to a friend's house and know instantly where the card came from without it being the same one that you got, because it's really, really lovely. Think about using your pattern papers in here as well, whether it's on the front or if it's within your apertures as well. Now, loads of other stuff on this show, some of it we might not even get to. Leanne was talking there about the water reactive ink pads. This is a wonderful Harmony Water Reactive festive ink pad collection for you. $22.46 or $31.28. Now, that's a 25% saving. Normally reserve those kind of savings on our ink pads for much, much larger collections. So really great to get it on a 6-piece collection, which is fantastic. We've got some sparkle inks available for you on the show as well. This is the liquid ink collection. In here, you've got your traditional Christmas, your Mystic Tones, and your Cozy Christmas as well. 30 mils in each of those. And again, just so gorgeously sparklicious. The Scoremaster, an absolute staple, a hero product here at Crafters Companion. This is a Scoremaster board and the Embellishments Creator Scoreboard bundle. You'll never need to buy card blanks or envelopes ever again, and you'll always be able to find the perfect envelope to fit whatever it is you have created. 30% off that, which is great. And we've got some of the Totally Tiffany dynamic storage available for you as well. This is really wonderful for storing all of your dies in here. You've got different size pouches and wallets. If you're going for the bigger collection as well, it'd be great to store them all in here. $11.99 or $14.99 if you're in the US. Now we have got the paper handler. This is the A4 paper handler combo that you've got here. So you get the paper handler and you get the wallets that go in there as well. So it will really help you to organise all of your different elements, whether it is your cardstock or your die cut elements, whatever it is. $9.99 or $13.48 if you're in the US. Details on the screen at the moment though for the big collection, which is what pretty much everyone is going for at the moment. Remember, you've got 4 different options within here. You've got the tree, you've also got Let It Snow, you've also got the this one here, which is your holly frame. So you've got Deck the Halls, Jolly Holiday, 'Tis the Season. You've also then got as well Star of Wonder, Peace on Earth, and Joy to the World. All of them for $79.97, so £20 saving in the UK, or $105.57 if you're in the US, which is a $26 saving, which is great. Less than 100 now of the big collection to go around. What I will also say as well is that 20% of the stock of the free gift for the day has already gone, considering most of the US haven't even woken up yet. Pretty much every day this week, the free gift has sold out. There is a new one every single day, so make sure you check back all the way through until Sunday to see what the daily free gift is. Tomorrow's is a super juicy one as well, I'll let you know. But right, I know Leanne's got even more she still wants to show you, so I'm going to hand you back over.
So I thought let's have a look at how to make that star book, because I think you all love that, and it's retro, isn't it? So we've looked at the K card. Now let's have a look at the star book, because I love some of those old concepts that we used to do years ago and that we've sadly forgotten over time. So actually I've done all of my cutting in advance, because you've seen me cut them out lots of times. You've seen how easy they are. So I've actually just got this ready to show you how to assemble it. So what you need to start with, let me just move this out of the way, is you need, if this is 6x4, you need a 6x4 half fold card, and you need 5 of them. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6x4 half fold cards. Then what you need for the inside of every one of your half fold cards, you need a piece of card, decorative, the same height, but about ½ an inch shorter. So this would be 6 by 3.5. Okay, so you need that for the inside. Then what we do, and actually that's when it's half folded 3.5, it's actually 7 by 6. Okay, and then this one is 8 by 6. Okay, so that makes sense. So this is an inch shorter. Okay, just so you've got all of the measurements. So and you know what? It doesn't matter if it's exactly ½ an inch, as long as it's a bit shorter. That's all that matters. Okay, so you need 5 each of those, and then what you do for your designs in the centre, you cut in your Create-a-Card, your fabulous design there, which is what I've done already on this piece. So I've cut that in the centre just to save you having to watch me do that again, so you can see how to make this fabulous card. You can, of course, cut the sentiments in the centre if you want to. I haven't bothered for this. You will be able to choose whichever sentiments you want. So once you've got that ready, we then need to stick this into our 6x4 outer. And the way we do that is we take our tape pen and we run a line of tape on the very edge of both long ends of that 6x4 card there. So I've got a line of tape here and I've got a line of tape here. That is the only place you put your glue. You then take your half folded shorter piece, which you've cut your design in the centre of, and you line that up with the very edge of the card. So just take your time to get it in place. Oh, got my blooming roots in the way there. They do like to get it on the act, my roots. I'm lining it up at the edge there, pushing it down, and then I'll close that and then bring my card over and close it on top. And so now what I've got is that. So it's glued the shorter piece in the centre, and I've got that effect happening where the shorter piece is lining up at either side, but it's created that offset in the centre there for me. And I have got 5 of these. Okay, so I've prepared these other 4 in advance. I've got 5 the same. You can vary the sentiments, and you've seen on my example before, which we'll look at again, you could vary the Create-a-Card as well if you're going for the big bundle, but this is just to show you how it goes together. So I've got 5 of them, and now my 5 get stuck together. So I'm going to use my tape pen again, and I run a line all the way around the perimeter and as close to the spine, the fold, as I can possibly get. I then take the next one and I hold it still. And what I like to do is notice how I'm supporting it in my hand here, where I've got my hand here and I've got my thumb. Because now what I do is I bring this one up and I push up against my thumb, but it won't let it go any further, which allows me actually to get that spine beautifully lined up. Then when I give it a push, these two are now stuck together perfectly. And I do that all the way for all 5. Okay, so just running your tape as close to that folded spine as possible all around the perimeter. Support the book in your hand. If you don't need to support the book, if you can just stick it, you know, flat on the mat and get it lined up, do. I can't. So then I like to hold that card there against my fingers, push up against my thumb, and then that gets it beautifully lined up and in place, and then I just give that a push down, and I do that for all 5 joints.
Loads of questions, comments coming in. Sophie's asking, are the clear sparkle overlays available in pots or pens only? I think they're in pots as well, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes, pots. You get a box with 3 pots of the clear overlay in, 3 full ones because they're so useful, or you get them in the single marker.
There you are. Lots of you, a lot of people are expecting, saying that we're not, I think someone has said subdued, but we're not maybe as naughty as we'd been last week. I just don't feel like we'd be able to get away with that on a weekly basis.
No, I agree.
Not every show. You need to have a little bit of light and shade, or they will stop us working together. So, I mean, who knows what will happen by the later show today. No promises for that one.
So I've stuck all 5 of these together while we were having a little chat with Joe there. And so what that then does is create the star book because we've used 5. So it's done that for you. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Now, to bring that together as a project, I've got my piece of ribbon here. And this is we're going to use to close it. However, I've got something really exciting to show you just before we move on.
Anne over on YouTube says that it's the star card even, I get my words out, that sold her. She's gone for the locks. She wants to make these. And I think they are brilliant to give to someone. Could you hang them as well if you wanted to, Leanne?
Yes, absolutely. You just need, I'll show you how to position your ribbon to do that. I'll show you how to do it. But yes, of course you can. Now what I've done is just cut a little panel of stamping card here. And we've got the brilliant bundles of Harmony Water Reactive on the show, which are perfect colours for Christmas. And this one, in fact, is called Silent Night, which I think works brilliantly with my star card. So I'm going to, oh, look at the colour of that. Whoa, it's just fabulous. So I'm just inking this piece of white card with my Silent Night ink. Now, and I want to get the colour all over. I want to really dye this piece of cardstock.
How long does it take to dry when you put like a large amount of it on like this, Leanne?
Just a couple of minutes, Joe. Okay. Because it's, you know, it's quite, I mean, it's dry.
Okay.
Look, it's not really...
It really covers well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's got... So this is Harmony Water Reactive on stamping card. And actually, we don't show you this a lot in terms of, you know, we do all of the blended techniques. It's not very often we show you how to dye a piece of cardstock. And look, I've just created myself a beautiful piece of navy cardstock in seconds. Wonderful. Really, really fabulous.
And now, that Silent Night is within that a 6-piece festive collection if you want to get it. So you'll get it in there. Very busy on the website for those ink pads.
So I have cut my Starry Night, Star of Wonder, whatever that die is called. I've cut that again and I'm using it as a stencil this time, Joe. So now I've got my opaque pigment ink pad and my daubers. I'm just grabbing my dauber from over here. These daubers are fantastic. And if you haven't got these, or you didn't, and they weren't in stock when we did the Pigment Ink Masterclass, get them now because they are amazing and I'll show you why. So you see I've got my opaque pigment white ink pad and I'm using my stencil here over the top of my Starry Night. With my dauber, I'm now going to daub through these lovely little designs here.
We don't often have this dauber set on the show as well. We really struggle to keep it in stock, let alone discount it. So £19.50 or £26 today. You've got 40 daubers in there and you can store them all as well. You've got something for every job then, haven't you, Leanne? You
really have. You have, Joe. Really fantastic. You've got actually in that kit, you've got enough for 1 dauber per colour of pigment ink pad.
Oh, wow.
Plus, oh, look at that. Plus
That's gorgeous, isn't it?
And I'm just using it as a stencil. And then you've got the little design on the front of your panel with that Starry Night ink pad, which I adore. I have to say, it's one of my favourite. I do love a bit of navy. That Starry Night one is just... And it's not, those colours aren't from the regular 36 colour collection. They're a special Christmas collection of colours, guys. So if you're thinking, well, I've got my 36 bundle, you probably won't have that. And then the other colours in there, oh, they're off the chart. I mean,
so really. You've got in there, you've got a Silent Night, Plum Pudding, Pine Tree, Frosty Jade, Bordeaux and Green Topaz in that festive collection. Could you, with the pigment one then that you've just used there, which is a different one, you could clear heat emboss on that if you wanted to, I guess, as well.
You can.
You can do that over the water reactive, it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter a jot.
Okay.
Yes, put it up because the Harmony Water Reactive dries quickly. It doesn't grab the powder at all. The powder will just slide off it, but the powder will stick. And remember, if you use Leanne's special glittery powder,
the magic powder, in no way affiliated with Warner Brothers Studios.
That one, the magic one, that will be glittery and sparkly, which will be amazing. I mean, look at that. I mean, seriously divine. And I love that you've seen me do that live because it looks fab, doesn't it? And then here's the one that I did as well, just in a different blue. So just choose your poison. Which colour blue do you like? And I like the dark one because I'm all about dark navy. Right, so now to put this on the front of my little star book that I've done, What I do is I run the ribbon around the back, but I don't glue it in place. Then I just bring it so I've got half and half. You can see that there. So my ribbon's longer than the screen. So that's just coming off the side there. Then what I do is put my tape, when I find my tape pen, here we are, or my wet glue, onto the panel that I've just created. And I do put, I'm generous. And if you're doing a wet glue, you can do a wet glue with this too, but you would just leave it to dry. Make sure that I've got that in place and it's still. There we go. Put my little panel over the top and stick that down. That then holds my ribbon in place to do my little tie closed. And then we've got here, what I've done is cut my sentiment from the set that goes with the little star set, Star of Wonder, and I've just snipped it out of its little sentiment piece, run it through the Xyron, you use your dotty tape pen, and then that can go on the front.
I love that idea.
Star of Wonder on the front there with our little inked background that we did. And then you've got your star book. There we go. You can stick this little bit of ribbon down if you want to, but you don't have to.
I'm thinking that these might work perfectly as well with your Christmas quirky stamps that we did. And also maybe your other steel stamps as well. So I'm just thinking about what you've done there. I didn't realise about not cutting the sentiment in the middle. Nothing to stop you using that, just to stamp a sentiment in the middle of that card.
Absolutely. And maybe even if it's not a sentiment, if you've got any of your cute little character stamps and you want to mask off and just have like a little snowman face and one, a little Santa and another, little penguin and another, a polar bear and another, use your cute stamps if that's what you want to do. I've done these before where in each little section I've actually wrote a personal message because it's somebody I don't see very often, and so I've wrote little things that I love about that person or little things that I want to remind them of, so I've used it as a personal message way of delivering things as well. So very, very easy to do. And remember, we looked at this one earlier where we had cut a different card and we'd cut the sentiments inside. So of course you can do that if you want to, and that's just 5x7 in size rather than the little 6x4 one I've done. But I really like this. I think this is a lovely way to give a little gift and a card and one at Christmas.
It is truly, truly gorgeous. Of that ink pad collection that Leanne was just using there, half of that stock has now sold out and gone. Very, very busy on the Create-a-Cards, of course, as well. For a lot of you, this will have been your first chance to get your hands on them today. You've not seen them in the US, so great to be able to grab hold of them. Remember what you're getting as well. So you're getting your Christmas tree in here, which is fantastic with all of the sentiments. You're then getting your snowflake, a star, sorry, in here as well. Snowflake even. Star is coming along in a minute, don't you worry about that. You've got holly, and you've also then got the star in there as well. 3 different sentiments, all interchangeable, which is fantastic. And the great thing is that normally our Create-a-Card dies, this side would be $24.99. We've brought these to you. We're giving you even more metal because we're giving you interchangeable sentiments, but we're still charging you $24.99. However, if you want to get them all together, $79.97 is what we take it down to. If you're in the US, $105.57, which is far and away the best value for money. If you want to get them like that, you're saving 20%, which is brilliant. I'm so excited for so many of you receiving these and sharing all of your ideas with us and showing us some of the beautiful things that you've been making and creating. Right, I know Leanne's going to get one more demonstration squeezed in before the end. How many demonstrations have you done already? This has been, I think you might be going for a record in this show, you know. I
think it might be 6 already. I think this might be number 7. I think so. And then, of course, for each one, I've shown you a different variation all the way. I really wanted to cram in as much as I could because...
I think you've achieved it, to be fair.
Thank you, because they're so versatile and so fabulous, and I love them so much. I really wanted to show you and inspire you what you're going to be able to do when you get them home. This is just going to be a very simple diorama card. I do love a diorama, and if you want to do a card which has some impact and some wow, but isn't going to take you very long at all, diorama is the way to go. So what I've done is I've started with a piece of cardstock that is 8 inches wide by 5.5 inches tall. Okay, 8 by 5. I've then scored at 1 inch and half an inch from the side. So I don't know if you can see that there. I'm going to turn it up so you can see it. There we go. Scored at 1 inch and half an inch. Same on the other side, 1 inch and half an inch, using my Score Master. And I've done 2 pieces exactly the same. I've got 2 piece is exactly the same size and scored in exactly the same place, as you can see that there. I'm then going to take my die and I'm going to use the snowflake again because we love the snowflake, and I'm going to centralize it, just keep it still. Now, hands up everybody at home, who has our metallic markers? Our metallic markers are amazing, but so many of you will get in touch with me and say things like, I've got my metallic markers and I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, oh, come on, guys, they're fantastic. And I give you loads of advice on what to do. Well, and there is actually an entire masterclass available on our metallic markers. I think our Sarah did that one for you, and it's fabulous. So as well as that, you're going to see me use them here, which I think is brilliant for picking out your sentiments. So you see, I've got my black card, I've put my sentiment in, I've held it still, as you would expect. I've also held the die still so it doesn't move. I'm then just going to put my sandwich together and run it through my machine.
What are you having for lunch talking about sandwiches?
Oh, well, actually, I know what I'd like to have for lunch and what I should be having for lunch.
What would you like to have, and what are you having? Go for it.
Well, do you know, I don't do fast food, Joe.
Fast food?
Yeah, I don't do it. I never go to a fast food restaurant. I never go to anything that has golden arches or chickens in it. Because I just don't do it normally. But I am craving some golden arch food. Really, I am. But I'm not going to have that, but that's what I would like.
I'm going to be completely level with you. Since it reopened about, 10 days ago, maybe,
Yeah.
something like that?
Yeah.
I've had it
Have you?
probably 4 times.
Have you?
I really have. I've been really, really bad.
Oh, well, I mean, I would love it, but I'm not. I've brought a ham sandwich on wholemeal with no butter, and I've brought a low-fat yoghurt and a banana.
Well, that sounds really boring.
Yeah, that's what I've got for my lunch, Joe. I'm not looking forward to it, I have to say. But I'm going to try and be good.
I'm going to try and be good. I was going to try and be good from today, but then didn't do any shopping over the weekend because I was a busy bee. So now I haven't bought any lunch for me, so it's going to end up being a sandwich, isn't it, and a bag of crisps today. So then maybe this evening I'll have something slightly indulgent, and then tomorrow, I'm knuckling down as of tomorrow. I need to beat the bulge, fight the flab, Leanne, because otherwise it's just going to get out of hand. We're going to get off lockdown. It's going to be too far gone.
Absolutely. I was going to get out of lockdown and all I'm going to be able to do is walk around in a caftan. I mean, honestly.
Do you think I could get away with a caftan on here?
Yeah, a rainbow one.
A purple one.
Yeah. I think you'd look gorgeous in a caftan.
Thank you. I've got a friend, my friend Melinda, who lives in Australia, Melly. She rocks the caftans, all sort of jewel encrusted ones she have. Oh, they look amazing.
Oh my word. I mean, they're incredibly comfortable. I'd love to float around in a caftan, but I can't go around all day life like shopping and come to work in a caftan, can I?
Well, so I don't see why not. You do you, hun, is what I like to say.
Yeah, well, that's very true. But I am now trying to, because I got on the scales this morning when I went in the shower.
Well, I haven't bought any since I've moved purposely.
Oh my word, it was a tragedy, honestly.
I find they can be a hate crime sometimes, those scales.
Yeah, hate crime. They were hating me this morning, I can tell you. It was terrible. It was just a tragedy. Right, so I've cut that out now, ready. And then with my metallic marker, this is going to go together so quickly after this, but with my fabulous metallic marker here, what I'm going to do, because this is on a black cardstock, is just trace over. Oh, look, my head's getting in on the action again. It can't help itself. It's got a mind of its own, my hair. I'm just colouring in my sentiment. So you see, you don't even have to fussy cut it out if you don't want to. This could be with your sparkle pens. It could be with your spots of sparkle ink. I'm just using this metallic pen here because I've done it on black cardstock, this lovely design. And then what that's going to do is pick out this sentiment for me in that lovely metallic colour, so it stands out in the centre. So, and actually if this is on white cardstock, use your Illustrator or your Classic or your Tri-Blend to do this. It doesn't just have to be, a wet ink. It can be your markers if that's what you want to do. Equally, it will look beautiful when you do it. So you see, that's what I've done. Just picked out the sentiment and then we let it dry. And I've got one already here that's dried off, so we can put this card together. Card goes together really quickly and easily. So you've got your score lines, and we do valley, and mountain, and then the same on the other side, valley and mountain. The same with the card base that we're going to use, valleys and mountains in place. And then these two outside tabs are where you run your tape pen. So I'm running my tape pen 2 little rows down there. It can be a wet glue as well, guys, at home. Just make sure you give it time to dry. And then we put our matching tab from the front there and stick. Matching tab here and stick. Oh, gosh, I said stick.
Rosalind's been keeping a food journal. Honestly, under lockdown, mine would be like War and Peace something.
Good grief.
Can you imagine? It'd be like, oh, huge.
Mine would be like somebody send help and sellotape our mouth together. Really, honestly, it would. It's just, I think it's because I'm baking cakes, and Mr. C is like a drink of water dressed up, Joe. He's just thin, and he's 6 foot odd, and you know, doesn't have a lot of, but he exercises for it as well. He's boring. He does
He's
a lot
what?
of
Boring?
Yes, he does a lot of exercise and eats healthily. You know what I mean. But anyway, he can eat lots of cakes and things that I bake from. So I bake them for him, and then I eat them. That's the problem. So I just need to stop with the eating of the cakes. That's what I need to do. And I need to eat healthily.
If you stop making them, though, you would stop eating them.
Well, I know, but that's not fair. That's not fair on Mr. C, is it? It's not fair on Simon. So there we go. So Laura, our producer, says, could you not make something that you don't like?
I like everything.
That's what I've got to say to that. I like it all. That's the problem, Laura. I like it all. So what I did there was I just put those 2 little pieces together. I painted with my metallic marker for Let It Snow, and I've just used some of that lovely luxury cardstock, put a little piece inside, and then a little piece down both of the panels, and then we've got that amazing diorama card there. And of course you can vary your sentiment, and you could use any one of the dies in that bundle to do that.
Absolutely beautiful. I know you guys have loved and are loving this collection. Remember, the best way to get the best value is to get all of it. It's there on your screen right now. $79.97 if you're in the UK, $105.57 if you're in the US. It means you're all going to get free shipping and handling and free postage and packaging. You can use your Club Inspired discount on top of that if you want to. If you want to get it in your basket right now, if you want to be amongst some of the first crafters globally to be crafting with these revolutionary Create-a-Card dies, I love that we haven't put the price of these up in any way, even though we're bringing you 3 interchangeable sentiments with them as well. Then now is the time to order over on the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Whilst you're over there as well, you might want to have a little dive into the craft vault. Yes, the craft vault, where we bring you, where I have been mooching around over in the warehouse, getting told off, trying to bring you some great products at absolutely rock bottom prices. Now that's exactly what we've done for you in this show, and also what I love about it is that a lot of it's products, you know, that you would have seen before. Everything in the show today, 50% saving in the craft vault. Not all of the craft vault items have got the craft vault tag on them over on the website, but they are all there, so do go over there, click shop the show and go find them. So this one here is Dream, is what you've got, and then you've got the ability then, so you're going to be able to do your edgeable techniques with this, but you've also got then Follow Your and the Impossible that you're able to stamp out. $2.49, we're giving it away at that price, or $3.98 if you're in the US. Now Chloe items are always so incredibly busy when we bring them to you in the craft vault. This is one of those really fantastic cut and emboss folders. Less than 50 units of this one to go round. So what you've got here is you've got a cut and emboss folder. What it does is it cuts into the card and allows you to lift up all of that petal detail that is within there. Then what you've got are the extra dies that you can then layer up over the top of that again. So it really means that you can get that cut and emboss detail, and then you can sort of decoupage those elements up with the die cuts as well. Really amazing. When Chloe went all the way over to the US to launch these, they actually sold out before she even made it on air. How annoyed would you be? But you guys absolutely loved it. So I can tell you what it wasn't though at the time was half price. It is today. is that one there. Right, the next one we've got is butterfly trails. Some more stamps. The Schmetterlings are always so popular. Less than 30 of this one remaining right now over on the website. £6.49 or $4.97 if you want to go for that. You've got loads of stamps in there as well, so lots for you to get going with. You can do all of your different techniques as well, heat embossing, and your resist techniques would look beautiful with that. Right, I've got some cut and emboss folders, more cut and emboss for you on these ones. This is our Provence accessories that you've got here. Really lovely. It creates a flourish or a border for a side, and also you've got corners there as well. So it's going to cut into your cardstock, cutting out, cutting in, and embossing for you at the same time. We've got some multimedia dies for you on the show. Now, the multimedia dies are fantastic. They are rose gold dies, so it means, yes, they will cut through your cardstock as usual. They will also cut through a whole host of different materials, from mount board to balsa wood to chipboard to cork, leather, multiple layers of cotton. They're really versatile. These have been designed with English paper piecing in mind, but many different uses for them. $3.49 or $4.97. The next one I've got here is the sweet cupcake. Now, this is one of our double-sided dies, so twice the amount of metal for your money, really, when you think about it. So what you've got here is the ability to make gorgeous cards like this one. Check that out. One pass cuts both the tops and cuts both the mats and the layers. Is done using this, and you can see there, either decorate it up solely as is intended, or, you know, get a bit creative, add some colours in there. I think that is a really gorgeous card. Oh, I can't wait to have an afternoon tea, you know, as soon as we're allowed to. As soon as we're allowed, Leanne, can we go out for afternoon tea?
Oh, please.
Yes, somewhere lovely.
Yes.
$9.99 for that, or $14.97 if you want to get that one. Up next, we've got some alphabets for you. Now, these, of course, always so useful. You've got your A to Z in there, or Z, depending on where you're from. And you've got your punctuation, you've got your numbers, you've got your ordinals in there for £2.49. Pretty amazing value to give you complete customisation. 75 stamps total in that collection there. £2.49 or $3.49 for that one. Some foiling. We do love the foil. Foil press is back in stock here at Crafters Companion. So a great time to stock up on it, but a great time to get some half-price foil stamp dies. These are our radiating foil stamp dies, and they are always so popular because they give you this beautiful, really modern look and feel to your this thing that you're going to be able to create with. If you want to go for it, £7.49 or $9.97 today to get that one. Again, as everything is, it is a half-price saving. Right, let me get the peacock for you. We've got the Create-a-Card, majestic peacock. Really busy on this. Less than 100 of these to go around. Now, you can either cut it in, you can cut it out, you can cut it all the way out. It's completely up to you. And it allows you to create really lovely finished projects. So loads that you can do with this because of the way with the outside edge. We give you separate outside edge. We give it to you in two halves. So it means the maximum amount of craftability for you there. $7.49 or $9.97 for that one. One more to share with you as well. Mirror card. This is amazing. It's the 8x8 mirror card from Chloe. You can see the colours that you're getting in there. It really is fantastic. 24 sheets of 8x8 for £3.99 or £6 or $6, I should say, 47. That is an amazing price to grab hold of that. Right, if you want to find all of those over on the website in the masterclass, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu is where you'll need to find them. Massive thank you to each and every one of you. Massive thank you to Leanne, of course, as well. Myself and Leanne will be up a little later in a few hours. After a bit of lunch, we'll be back for our Monday Makers show, which is always so much fun. Don't forget as well, tomorrow, the man himself is back. John Scott is back here in the building. John Scott's Sewing World will be here from 9 till 11 tomorrow. And then it's Versus. It's a mashup with the softer side of life as well, which will be here as always from 11 till 1. So loads of great guests. Sarah will be here as well. You're going to want to make sure you don't miss out on that one. Right, if you're in the US, no doubt you're going back to bed for an hour or two. We'll see you in a bit. If you're having some lunch in Europe, get yourself back here in a few hours ready for Monday Makers. Take care.